Hey, welcome back. I'm Nyx, your intuitive coach and energy alignment mentor, and this is your weekly energy update where we track what's moving through the collective field so you can move with it instead of against it. Now, June 21st, the summer solstice, the longest day of the year, the moment the sun stands still. And I mean that literally. The word solstice comes from the Latin solsticere, and that means like the sun standing still. So for a brief moment, the sun reaches its peak, it pauses, and then it begins its slow turn back. And in that pause, there is an invitation for all of us to do the same. Now, this is also the day where the sun moves into Cancer. We are officially in Cancer season, so shout out to all the Cancerians. Whether you're a Cancer or not, though, please go check out my Cancer season energy forecast so you can peep the energetic blueprint for Cancer season and how to best navigate it for yourself. Now, in Cancer, the energy shifts from airy, mental, communicative buzz of Gemini into something deeper, softer, more feeling based. Think home, emotional depth, ancestral roots, nurturing yourself and the people you love. That's the season we're walking into. And here's what the cosmos essentially have to say for this week. Now we have Mars, which is still moving through Taurus. It's slow, it's deliberate, grounded energy. Mars wants to charge forward, but Taurus puts its feet in the earth and says, not yet. Move with intention, move with steadiness. Strong strides, not rushed ones. And then just on the horizon, Mercury goes retrograde June 29th in Cancer. And Jupiter enters Leo on June 30th. So both are just outside this week's window, but both very much already being felt in the field. So pay attention to what surfaces in your communication and your inner narrative this week. It will come back around for deeper healing next week, which we'll get into at next week's reading. Now, with that said, let's get into the cards. As always, we move through 4 cards. The first one highlights the energy of the week. The second one tells us what's being asked of us. The third card brings attention to the energy center calling for attention this week. And the last one will show us how to hold and integrate it all together. Now, first up, we've got yield, which is about patience. And it's number 3. Now, almost immediately, the energy coming through is not necessarily soft. It doesn't feel gentle either. It kind of feels like a gripping, like a shoulder tightening, a chest constricting kind of energy, which kind of makes sense because the energy in the field right now is not so soft. It's kind of urgent, it's eager, and honestly, it feels fed up. Now, some of you are at your absolute wit's end. You know what you want. You've done the work. You sat with yourself, you faced the shadows, you climbed the mountains, you peeled back the layers, and now you're done waiting. You want it now. You're ready to take it with both hands and force it into existence. I hear you. I feel it. I'm right there with you. I'm towing the line alongside you. I'm doing my inner work, trying to align my outer world with everything that I've been building internally, hitting red tape after red tape, and still stepping forward because somehow my faith is stronger than my fear, even when I can't fully explain it. It's like I can taste the other side. I can feel its warmth. I can almost hear the laughter and feel the joy of being on the other side of this. It's like right there. But truth be told, my patience is thin, so thin. But I also know that I have to hold it. Because here's what forcing the situation actually does. It distorts the outcome. Now you've worked too hard and come too far to receive a distorted version of what you've been building towards. The turning point is so close you can smell it. And what's being asked of you right now is to hold the line. Trust divine timing, trust the flow, don't force your hand. And there's also medicine in patience that we can receive if we allow. There's fortification in it. There is clarity born through it. There is rooted certainty that only comes when you hold the line long enough to let things align properly. When the tangible world and your inner world finally meet and things start clicking into place, you are going to be so incredibly grateful that you yielded, because what arrives and lands will have longevity. It will have sustainability. It will have been worth every single moment of that uncomfortable waiting. See, the solstice is literally the cosmos embodying this energy, the sun standing still at its peak, not pushing, not forcing, just holding. And at the height of its power before moving forward, right? That is your invitation this week. Next up, I pulled from a tarot deck. So I'm going to be pretty transparent here because I'm still deepening my relationship with tarot. So I'm just going to speak to what I feel and what I see in this card and trust that what comes through is meant for you. Now, we see this woman. She's got her bags packed. She has a mule carrying some of the load, and she is moving not slowly but steadily. There's a difference. Her strides are strong because the weight has been distributed. The mule is carrying what she doesn't need to carry alone. And behind her, you see the wands that she left behind are still lit. She found her way and left the path illuminated, either as a reminder to herself of how far she's traveled or as a gift, leaving the path lit for others who may choose to walk it in their own time. Now, the Ten of Wands is about carrying too much, more than you need to, obligations that are out of alignment, weight that was never yours to hold, especially alone. And this card is asking you, what can you put down? What can you delegate? What are you still dragging that you could hand to someone that you trust, okay? The song Bag Lady by Erykah Badu is coming through. So I'm just going to kind of name the lyrics I'm hearing. Bag Lady, you're going to hurt your back carrying all the bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you what you must hold on to is you. Beautiful and true. Please go listen to the song, read the lyrics. It's very powerful. It has a very powerful meaning. But my point is this: we don't have to carry the load of the past anymore. Anything that we do choose to carry forward, we don't have to carry it alone. So lean into your most trusted community this week. Ask for help, delegate, because when you drop the unnecessary weight and allow your people to support you, you move faster. Your strides become stronger. Your cadence becomes steadier. You stop tripping over what you were never meant to carry in the first place, okay? The direction is already focused. The path behind you is already lit. So keep going. 10 Wands. Now, the energy center of the week, we have Crown Chakra comes back into play, and the card is Creation. Okay, so the imagery here reminds me of the White Buffalo card that I pulled a couple weeks back. Here we have a she shaman standing beside the trunk of a tree under the night sky, holding a crystal from which light radiates outward, wrapping around her and around the tree, smoke spiraling upward, and then you see some doves in the sky. So what I'm getting is, in order to create, you must first create space, which means before the new thing can land, there has to be a clearing, a releasing, a removal of what's been taking up space. And this speaks directly to the Ten of Wands. Drop the weight so you can receive what's trying to come in. Now, your path is unique. It's rich in metaphor, it is art, it is medicine, and you are being asked to express it in your own way. Make your decisions in your own way. Some of you are still waiting for external permission to fully stand in your most authentic self, to present yourself exactly as you are without apology or performance. Now, the thing is, only you can give yourself that permission. The external validation you seek, it's not real, it's not lasting. You can validate yourself, okay? So ask yourself, what do you need to own your own light, your own power, your gifts, and your vision unapologetically? What do you need to feel safe enough to truly be you? What's your criteria? And when you finally see it, you're going to know that you are your own muse, okay? There's also something here about divine inspiration needing an opening. You have to be available to receive it. And some of you are so full of other people's energy, of noise, full of what you think you should be doing or how you think you should be showing up. There is no room for your own creative spark to land. So make room, okay? And last up, how we hold it all together, we pivot. Okay, so not because you failed anything, not because the path was wrong, but because pivoting is what living, breathing, evolving people do when they're paying attention. It's evolution in real time. It's reclaiming your power and redirecting your energy towards what actually serves where you're going, not where you've been. I feel like this card is wrapping up this week wonderfully. Slow down, delegate, release, create space, and then be ready to pivot if needed. Release the old, release the unnecessary, let go of what's not aligned, and then be nimble enough to adjust when the path shows you something new. Here's the thing about this pivot. It looks different depending on where you are in your journey. If you're at the beginning, if you finally said yes to yourself, you're learning how to pivot, how to bend without breaking, how to maneuver through the detours without losing your direction. If you're within the journey, you're sharpening those skills, you're refining them, getting better at it. And if you're near like the closing of a chapter, the pivot is the transition itself, the adjustment into the next level, the refinement of old skills and the learning of new ones to fit who you're becoming. And this pivot does not feel really heavy. It does not feel doom and gloom. It actually feels like elevation, like stepping into a higher timeline, like you're vibrating just a little bit higher than you were. And the pivot is simply the recalibration of how you move through what you're operating from. No, now that you're operating from a higher frequency. Words, sorry. Now, before I close out the card, I need to speak to something or someone because I'm feeling this weight in my chest, and I felt it since I sat down to record. There are some of you who aren't feeling this pivot energy at all right now. You're not feeling the elevation or the moment of the higher timeline. You're feeling frozen, being down, knocked over one too many times. The old stories, the painful ones, the angering ones are louder than usual right now. And even though somewhere beneath all of that noise, there's this quiet knowing of something shifting, the fog is too thick to see beyond it. And knowing that almost makes it worse because you can feel it, but you can't reach it. And somewhere in that gap, the thought creeps in, what's the point? I see you, I feel you, and I hope this reaches you when I say that that freeze that you're in, you're not failing yourself. That's the nervous system that has just been carrying too much for too long. And it's finally saying, I cannot take another step until someone acknowledges how heavy this has been. So I'm acknowledging it. It has been heavy. And it may have seemingly slowed you down, but you are not behind. And the fog, as thick as it feels right now, is not permanent. It never was. If a pivot feels impossible today, don't pivot. Just breathe. That's enough. The path will still be here when you're ready, okay? The solstice stood still today so it could turn, and so can you. Now, with that said, that is your energy for the week of June 21st to the 27th. Remember, Mercury goes retrograde on the 29th and Jupiter enters Leo on the 30th. So something is shifting significantly as this week closes. And again, we'll get into that next week. Now, please drop in the comments, if you will, where in your life are you being asked to yield right now? And what would it feel like to actually trust the timing? I'd love to hear it. Now, if you're new here, welcome. And to all, happy solstice. Please hit subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next week. And if somebody in your life is forcing something right now that maybe just needs a moment to breathe, please send this to them. This might be exactly what they need today. So until next time, take care of that beautiful energy of yours, and I will see you next week.